Hey there, Riverica here, reporting for duty on a trigger. Thank you for shuffling in states of emergency into adoption spirit with me and steering clear of danger. Heartily, we are grateful. In this session, we are hearing with the sun in Aquarius, trining Mars in Gemini at 9 degrees, and also squaring the North Node in Taurus and the South Node in Scorpio at 9 degrees has to say to us. I know, that's a lot. So before I get started, some disclaimers. While I am a fortune teller, what I share does not dictate your future. Only your intentions and your actions do. So please use your gift of discernment before deciding what to gather and take away from this reading. And take only what resonates with you. And blow like a kiss what doesn't back to the universe to cosmic compost into beauty. And to help us with this reading, I have lit the candles for Source, for Mother Earth, Father Sky, the homeless, those who kick them out of their homes, the neighbors, the passers-by, even those working against our spiritual progression. Also, harmony, unity, and balance. Archangel Michael, the Archangel of Sunday, our ancestors here in the highest love and light, and those who have crossed over to Father Sky by suicide, and their family and friends, and the war-torn families, nations, and galaxies. And we thank Source for helping us all adopt success peacefully and joyfully. Heartily, we are grateful. I also have assistance from my mini crystal ball and my wooden dice, my wooden dagger wand, my other wooden wand, and these items of wood. The wood helps buoy our spirits, helps lift our spirits, so I really adore having them around. And of course, you can check on your own the metaphysical properties of wood to see what resonates with you. We also have 6 decks of cards. This first one is Paragrams by Paramahansa Yogananda. He started the Self-Realization Fellowship. Some of you may have had the honor and privilege and fun to attend, and maybe some of you have read the Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. And we have citrine for this Sun in Aquarius reading. And so there's citrine on every stack, but each stack is a slightly different piece of citrine. And this is also recalling our Manipura chakra, our solar plexus chakra in our belly. Some call it the jewel. There's so many different ways to look at it. I invite you to explore more about that chakra on your own. It's where our willpower comes from, some say. And here we have the Tree Angel Oracle, The Ancient Path into the Sacred Grove by Fred Hageneder and illustrated by An Heng. And here is another piece of citrine. And we have the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle by Lon. And another lovely piece of citrine. Honoring the sun, honoring our Manipura chakra, coming from our center. And then we have the Cosmic Dancer Oracle by Sedona Soulfire and Tess Whitehurst. And this other beautiful citrine piece. And I invite you to check out 4 or 5 or 6 different resources about citrine to see what resonates with you, what of its metaphysical properties resonate with you. And we have the Kali Oracle by Alana Fairchild and illustrated by Jimmy Morton. And I'll leave information for all of these decks and these crystals and the other tools used in the description, so you can refer to it later. Here's another lovely citrine point. And then we have The Living Altar by Kiki Robinson and Ilvadroma Marzana Radziszewski. And this is an oracle and spell deck for the Radical Witch. And we have one more piece of citrine. And I would like to clear the space with some sage. So thank you for joining me in that. And then I'm going to ring the Tibetan bell and say a bell mantra from Thich Nhat Hanh to help clear the space of unwanted energies, obstructions, darkness, interference, and to bring in love, So hold the intention of seeing love, and love is what we shall see. Thank you so much for joining me in this session. Heartily, we are grateful. The sun in the age of Aquarius, we are in it, and the sun sheds light on issues, brings warmth and energy, and all the things we love about the sun. So now I'm going to ring this Tibetan bell and say the mantra from Thich Nhat Hanh, so please be aware about the ringing you're about to hear. Adjust your headphones if you need to. Here we go. Mind, body, speech, and perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. My hair is awakened from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow. Om. Peace. Shanti. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to roll the dice for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Thank you, Source and Spirit Team, for helping guide this reading in the highest love and light about what the sun in Aquarius, trining Mars in Gemini, and squaring the nodes of fate have to say to us. Heartily, we are grateful. And we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Cosmic Angel Oracle. Cosmic Dancer Oracle by Sedona Soulfire and Tess Whitehurst. We are going to hear from today. And here's that crystal. Why? Let's see what the sun in Aquarius has to say to us about all this action. It's shedding some light on, shedding a spotlight on. And you are a whole, full, powerful, loving, spiritual being. And so am I. And we thank your source and your spirit team, your angels, your galaxy guides, your ancestors here in the highest love and light, your saints and sages, your gods and goddesses, your universes, as mine as well, and mine as well. Heartily, we are grateful. And I thank your source and my source for helping provide necessary insights, healings, acts of grace, and protection. And so it was. Heartily, we are grateful. Sun in Aquarius, what do you have to say to us about all this action going on that you are shedding light on? This trying to, the square that's happening right now. And the North Node in Taurus is reminding us of what we can really bring in and anchor in, and Scorpio is pointing to what we can let go of. You know, you got to let go of some things to make room for new things to come in, right? So thank you, Spirit team, for helping guide this reading in the highest love and light. And Sun in Aquarius also trining Mars in Gemini. What do you have to tell us, Sun? What do you have to tell us? Heartily, we are grateful, Source, for guiding this reading in the highest love and light, making this message abundantly clear. He says, cut the cards, cut the cards. So we do. There we are. And on the bottom, we have surrender and trust. Number 2. What a beautiful card. Surrender and trust. And then we have on the top, make mistakes. Oh, that's beautiful. I love those two go together beautifully. Number 19. And so let's talk about numbers before we get too deep into this. This number 4, you've heard me say before perhaps, it reminds me of the chair with 4 legs that go on the floor, keeping us grounded and solid. It's about stability and grounding. And it also helps us maintain our balance when others are pulling on us energetically, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So that number 4 is super. And then the number 2 represents pairing and duality, and helps us create these healthy liaisons and pair up without giving away our power. So that's super sweet. Number 2. And I'm going to put this down here so I can hold the other card. And then we have the make mistakes, number 19, at the top of the deck. And the number 1 invokes the Creator, brings your needs to a conclusion and puts your needs first. It helps with these victim issues that cause us to put others before us or to take on others' energies. And the number 9 is about harmony and balance, and symbolizes that we're ready to put something to rest and begin something new. And it also helps us transmute the violent cycles into love. Some people call it evil, but in my experience, I've seen that what many people term evil is really just loss and trauma that's never had the opportunity to heal. And I don't sense that it's so fair to term it evil if you've never had an opportunity to heal. Like, is your will really free to heal if you've had so much loss and trauma? Sometimes it binds it and you're not able to move forward. So that 9 helps with that, helps transmute those violent cycles into love, and that harmony and balance. And that 1 + 9 turns into a 10, which boosts intentions or energies in a new direction. It's the number of physical matter, and it can create heaven on earth, can signify starting over, building again, starting something new, which goes hand in hand with 9, which symbolizes that you're ready to end an old detrimental pattern or cycle and start something new. Numbers, and really guiding us to help us move forward in the highest love and light. And so integral in our day-to-day life in so many different ways. So let's see what the cosmic dancer oracle has to tell us to help us understand what the sun in Aquarius is trying to say to us as he sheds a spotlight on Mars and Gemini at 9 degrees and squares the north node in Taurus and the south node in Scorpio, also at 9 degrees. These two beautiful cards. We'll start with 19 because I came across that first. So 19. Each time you make a mistake, you have the opportunity to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and then recalibrate and reassess the situation. This sacred act of soul polishing assists you on your way toward your most lustrous and fully integrated self. This is why the goddess, God/DESS, your angels and your spirit guides encourage you to embrace the human experience of making mistakes with joy, openness, acceptance, and gratitude. By drawing this card, you are the beneficiary of a cosmic secret. True success smiles upon those who are 100% willing to fail. Once you master the art of dancing gracefully with mistakes, you will know what it means to be truly free. Free to follow your heart, embody your power, and live your dreams. Just as a bodybuilder uses resistance to grow stronger, the cosmic resistance of life's obstacles, challenges, and mistakes will shape and mold you into your strongest, wisest, and most radiant self. Trust in the challenges the universe places in your pathway and head straight into them, even if you feel you have no idea where you're going, what you're doing, or why you're doing it in the first place. All of your favorite artists and athletes started at the very beginning with zero mastery, and they made thousands of mistakes. Many of the most successful performers were told they did not have natural talent or aptitude for their chosen discipline. This demonstrates the surprising power of mistakes. Repetitive corrections create stronger neural pathways that propel you towards your desired outcome. Successful actions become more deeply ingrained when you're required to expend more energy to work for them. The same dynamic is at work not only in art and athletics, but in every area of life. The path of abundant quote-unquote failure precedes every path of abundant success. If you are not willing to look silly, unpolished, or unpracticed, you will never achieve mastery in any skill, practice, or area of life. To tap into the wisdom of this card, practice the following movement. Stand on the tiptoe of one foot with your other leg lifted behind you. Put your arms out for balance. Then cross your eyes, open your mouth wide, and stick out your tongue. Wobbling and losing your balance is absolutely welcome. Whenever you come out of the pose, simply get back into it. Continue for at least a full minute. This card also comes as a reminder to forgive yourself for anything you think you've done or not done. If you feel wronged by someone else, this is the time to find peace in knowing that we are each doing our best with what we have in any given moment. We all falter in our integrity, behave without full awareness, or fail to have the purest of intentions in our relations with other people and ourselves, at least sometimes. This is evidence that we are alive. As long as we are here in this physical reality, we have opportunities to learn, grow, improve, and lovingly make corrections to our course. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Lon. Thank you so much, Source and Spirit Team. That's such a wonderful message, and I especially appreciate it as I am just starting this channel and making mistakes, one after the other. But I wanted to start somewhere, and I was okay with that. And I appreciate you all are getting that reminder as well. Make mistakes. We're all mistake makers. We're all taboo artists. And to really just nestle into that and enjoy that and understand you're right on track. Instead of, oh, I made another mistake. I'm so stupid. No, you're not. You're right on track. You're beautifully intelligent and smart and courageous. So brave. And I am so happy to be on this journey with you, learning alongside of you. Thank you so much. We are so grateful. Now this second card, Surrender and Trust. There's a lot happening there. I'm going to bring it a little closer for a minute. Surrender and trust. It is as if a strong current of rushing white water surrounds you, pushing you forward, while you cling desperately to a jutting rock along the river's edge. Look at that jutting rock along the river's edge. That's so funny. Source is so funny. I love that. And yet, if you were to trust the universe enough to let go, you would swirl and slide joyfully along your most ideal path, even though you may not know precisely how this path will look. If you consult with your deepest inner knowing, you will realize this current cannot fail to propel you where your heart wants to go, to the ocean, which is a metaphor for your alignment with your divine source. I'm going to read that sentence again. Even though you may not know precisely how this path will look, if you consult with your deepest inner knowing, you will realize this current cannot fail to propel you to where your heart wants to go, to the ocean, which is a metaphor for your alignment with your divine source. The planets, too, know this perfect dance of surrendered harmony. You are now being called upon to open your heart to the music of the heavenly realm, release resistance and tension, and let the divine be your dance partner and take the lead. Now I need to put this card down to read the rest of this. Turn the page. Pardon me. Thank you. Even though the unknown can be frightening and aspects of the situation may feel unsafe, know that you are being invited to embody your truest and highest potential. Indeed, this life experience is a wild mystery, but when we surrender to the mystery and trust in the divine unfolding of the spiral dance, it feels wonderful. Breathe into the sacred mystery now. The more you relax and allow, the more space you create in your energy field for infinite wisdom and guidance to come rushing in. It's much like shifting your focus from dancing impressively to fully appreciating and hearing the music. It is a shift from fighting the mystery to letting it seep into every pore and dancing along with it. Only then can you allow the rhythm of the cosmos into your body so that it can move and propel you towards a most enchanting dance. Breathe deeply, release all tension, and hand your worries about how, what, and when to your divine helpers. Let them provide the perfect answers and outcomes you seek. Remember, you are a divine child with friends in high places. Cast the burden of worry to the divine within and be free. To anchor this message in your physical body, relax in the yoga pose known as the balasana, or child's pose. Kneel and sit back on your heels. Then place your chest on your thighs and rest your forehead on the floor as you stretch your arms out straight in front of you, palms down. Feel yourself letting go and bowing to the wisdom of the infinite. Remember to let your dance practice be characterized by the feeling of surrender. Flow to the music with abandon and allow the divine to flow through everything you do. So beautiful. These cards complement each other so wonderfully. And I am being called to remind you before you do your poses and your dances to check your area to make sure it's safe and secure, and that the ground that you are doing your work on or your pose on is clear of anything that may harm you. And where you're doing your dance pose or your dance, also the same. Be aware of your surroundings so you can be safe and secure. And what beautiful messages Source and Sun in Aquarius have brought to us to consider as it trines Mars and Gemini and squares the nodes of fate. And these nodes of fate are so interesting. I'm being called to share, to remind you to quadruple check what those are all about and how you may be moving from the south node to the north node and stepping into your power, stepping into a new practice, stretching and expanding out of your comfort zone into something beautiful and wonderful in this age of Aquarius, really helping out yourself, but also helping out the collective in a way that only you can, whether that's by simply taking care of yourself and keeping yourself clear of danger and participating in those activities that keep you healthy and happy, or if you've decided you are going to put yourself into some position of leadership to help. It's that age of Aquarius is all about that community that we create to help each other and lift each other up. And Mars is all about action, and it's that masculine energy. And Gemini is, of course, some of you know, the twins and communication and short distance travel and the daily routines that we have to get our lives just the way we want, to reach our goals and enjoy, to live joyfully, to live peacefully. But of course, quadruple check what these planets and signs mean for you. And that is all I have for you for this Sun in Aquarius reading. Thank you so much for joining us in this session. Thank you for helping us breathe life into adoption spirit magic. Heartily, we are grateful. Until next time, ciao for now. I love you all.